Hey guys, welcome. This is Brad Krantz. Thanks for joining me today for Monday Morning Leadership. I want to take a quick sidetrack and do a beginning of the year update. I'm calling this Digital Assets and DeFi update. I started with Gary Vaynerchuk's book last week, but I thought it's been since May of last year, 8 months ago, that I started talking about crypto, Bitcoin. I've been in this space now a year. I've learned and gained a ton. I'm invested in several coins. So I want to take some time again just to talk about digital assets and DeFi as a whole and provide an update. You know, where are we going? I'm indebted to the Defi Report by Michael Nadeau and also Blockworks for some of the background on this. But I think, like anything, I first want to start out saying thank you guys for the information. There's a ton of information out there, but also I'm not a financial advisor. So please, this is financial opinion. Do your own due diligence, your own homework, work with your own professional. This is not investment advice. It's investment opinion. Now, with that said, the background behind me is significant. Okay, I like this. I think it looks cool. But guys, technology is changing at an ever increasing pace. And that's why I picked this background. If you're not aware of it, guys, we're in the exponential age. You want some information to back it up? Read this book by Azim Azar, The Exponential Age. Basically how accelerating technology is transforming business, politics, and society, guys. This will give you a macro background for what I'm talking about, guys. Today, leaders are readers. You need to understand what's going on. It's harder and harder to keep up with the pace of change, but that is hopefully a start, and that's why I picked this background, guys. So today I want just to cover 6 topics: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and its competition, DeFi, give you kind of a quick overview on that, NFTs, Metaverse, and then a quick conclusion. So guys, Bitcoin, it hit an all-time high last year of 69,000. Yeah, as Michael Nadeau notes, it's limped through the finish of 2021. He talks about the halving cycle as a cycle over. Nobody knows, right, guys? It's a volatile space. We know that. If you're nervous about that, guys, again, do your due diligence first. Don't shrug it off, but you got volatility is part of the market, okay? He notes the dynamics of the Bitcoin market have changed significantly in this cycle as well, right? It's when I got into it, so I haven't been in it previous to 2021. But Bitcoin is becoming a mature global macro asset right before our eyes. We have people like Raoul Paul, Cappy Wood of ARK Investment that are noting that Bitcoin, guys, is a disruption of central banking and fiat money. Okay, so you got to do your due diligence there to understand what that is. But yeah, we've got spot ETFs in Canada, we've got futures ETFs in Canada. One of the unique features about Bitcoin in the crypto market, unlike the equity market, is it trades 24/7, 365 days a year. Okay, so that creates some uniqueness there too, right? But one of the other issues, we need some regulatory clarity here too. I'm going to kind of jump ahead there, but I would say from my watching this past year, we need some more regulatory clarity for sure, but on other altcoins in the space, particularly XRP and their ongoing legal matter with the SEC. We'll see how that turns out, but we want good regulation, not punitive measures, and regulate, you know, by that way. So we do need some more regulatory clarity. I think that's coming on board. That's certainly going to help with adoption, I believe, too. But Nadeau thinks 2022, we're going to expect to see kind of similar results with Bitcoin, but we got highly respected Wall Street veterans like Ray Dalio and Paul Tudor Jones that view Bitcoin as an inflation hedge. I talked a little bit about this in my May video. Go back and watch that. I'll link that here too. But if inflation continues to persist, Bitcoin could be one of the beneficiaries along with other hard assets. Now, along with that, Blockworks predictions for 2022, their predictions that Bitcoin will surprise everyone with a big tear in Q1. They think Bitcoin is still king. Is it? We'll see, but that's where Blockworks, that's where their prediction is there. Number 2, Ethereum. Ethereum's got some competition. That's my second biggest coin this last year, but it has some competition. In 2021, we saw Solana and Avalanche see rapid growth and gain significant market caps, right? Even Luna. We've seen a number of coins just jump up kind of out of nowhere. These protocols are quite small when compared to Bitcoin's $450 billion market cap, but they're competing for Ethereum's market share and developer talent. So you got to keep an eye on this, right? And the big thing move for Ethereum is it's moving to proof of stake in 2022. Well, this year we'll see what happens, but could be a significant change to the consensus mechanism that will end proof of work mining. Okay, thirdly, DeFi. Okay, if you don't know what that is, decentralized finance. And the big question I'm going to ask, which I saw that yesterday, which I thought was a great question, is this going to become the new financial system? From my background and homework this last year and following many experts, yes, it is. It's early. It's going to take a while. It's not there yet, but it is going to be the new financial system. And that's why, again, I talked about the exponential age, needing to pay attention and see what's happening because change is taking place at an ever increasing rate. So the DeFi subsector, that includes borrowing, insurance, exchanges, payments. That's what's included there, right? It sits at about $100 billion today. Guys, right? It's down slightly. 2020 was down slightly from 2021, but we're going to see closely watching DeFi to become institutionalized with permission DeFi in 2022. Okay, we're moving in this direction, guys. We're moving toward DeFi becoming the new financial system. I think that's the bottom line. Again, hence, I'm going to put this up again, the exponential age. Read it. I highly recommend it. Didn't agree with everything he said, some of his social constructs, economics, a little bit socialistic, but guys, understand the big picture there, that the exponential age, the rate of change keeps hitting us. Now, note, for institutions to adopt DeFi, they're going to need to be in compliance with regulators. Okay, and that's kind of what some of the stagnation taking place is to work through that. But this means they need to know who their counterparties are in their blockchain transactions, right? Anti-money laundering, KYC, know your customer, right? Then the big buzzword, guys, this year is NFTs, right? Nadow says NFTs blew up in 2021. I have to admit, you think it's fair to say that NFTs are in a bubble right now, but NFTs became a $40 billion market this past year. What happened there? At the beginning of 2021, I hadn't even heard of them. Only a niche group of crypto enthusiasts knew what non-fungible tokens were, NFTs. But by the end of the year, nearly $41 billion had been spent on NFTs, guys. So it is a space you need to be aware of, but you also need to be careful because Nadeau thinks 98% of NFTs are probably worthless or worth significantly less than their current valuations today. And he's speaking mostly about NFTs of art out there. But guys, it is also, from my understanding, one of the riskiest aspects of this space. So be careful, do your due diligence. Don't think it's not get rich quick. You got to do some homework. But Gary Vaynerchuk is a big promoter of this. He really jumped into it this last year after spending a significant time studying it. But he also cautions about don't just buy NFTs. You think you buy one, you're gonna make a pile of money or get rich, right? Need to understand that the significance for this is creators of online content. Right, it's difficult for creators to monetize content online because the platforms are forced to use, such as YouTube that I'm on, use their own data and content. But this is going to help eliminate that boundaries, and we can have people from all over the world taking part of this. Democratization is taking place. NFTs are allowing for equal access for global creators, whether in the US, Africa, Asia, et cetera. And this could be huge, I think, also for the music industry and musicians gaining back ownership. Raoul Paul notes the tokenization of music, right? Musicians, the music industry lost a lot to the streaming, and musicians and bands have to constantly tour to make money. They don't have the residual income they had off of record sales and CDs like they once do to streaming, but this would be a way for them to gain that back. And what NFTs are doing is allow them to tokenize and democratize their space, which I think is huge. And this is going to take place in so many areas I don't have time to mention, but this is a sector to pay attention to. And I think it's also worth noting too, Blockworks notes that a crypto company will buy a bank. Okay, may or may not happen, but they said a lot of companies like Coinbase and BlockFi look more and more like banks every day. So it's possible it could happen this year, guys. That's one of the reasons to say, pay attention to this space, look at what's going on. Next one, Metaverse. This was the new buzzword of 2021. And I have to admit, I had vaguely heard of it, but it really became a buzzword this year. All signs are pointing to the Metaverse, right? Facebook's just jumped back in. They've got a new token coin that's out. And Nadeau notes that he's like to think of the Metaverse as the next iteration of social gathering online, right, guys? So some of us older folk, started out with like chat rooms on AOL. I wasn't part of that, right? Then MySpace wasn't part of that either. Facebook, I am a part of Facebook. I get it. And now the metaverse. So again, keep an eye on this. I don't think it's inherently evil, but we are going to see this become an increasingly part of where business and society are going. So it's something worth keeping an eye on. So to conclude, 2021 was a big year for crypto, right? I think Bitcoin was kind of the gateway entry coin initially, but there's been a lot of other entrant coins on the market this past year. In many cases, like folks today, NATO notes are gaining exposure to crypto and Web3 first through NFTs, which I don't own any. I'm still trying to really work on grasping that, but DeFi is hitting and the metaverse. So as a result, crypto, he notes, is slowly weaving its way into our culture. Okay, it's not just some fringe internet money, guys. We have to get over this. Big companies are on board. Tesla's got Bitcoin, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. So you can't just dismiss this. It's here to stay, and you either work to figure it out and understand it, or it's going to pass you by, like my background here, right? So crypto continues to scale at an exponential pace, hence the exponential age. Understand speed of adoption. NATO notes, and Raoul Paul has noted this ongoing, that it's growing at a pace almost twice as fast as the internet did. In comparison to the internet, we're currently, he thinks, at about a 1997 in terms of adoption. Okay, it's now about a $2.25 trillion space. He thinks by the end of this year, it could be 5 trillion. We'll see. But guys, this is definitely a place to pay attention to. But I want to close and ending this by saying, do stuff that you understand. Hopefully this video goes away toward helping you understand the larger picture, the macro picture. Do your reading, do your homework first, get understanding of this space. And then lastly, don't do stuff that you don't understand, but don't get passed by technology, guys. Thanks for joining me today, and have an awesome Monday. Bye-bye.